What's up, everyone? My name is Hayden, and this is my pickups of summer of 2017 video. I like to go around and go to garage sales and flea markets and thrift stores and pick up video games and comics and action figures and basically just whatever is cool to me and what I would like to collect. So let's get into this. These are just going to be all of the pickups from this summer because I didn't go out all that much to go find stuff, but I still managed to get a couple things. So let's get into this. First off, let's go in the back right here. We have Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. I grew up with the GameCube, but I didn't have this game. I never played it before. But I picked up that box a couple years ago, not a couple years ago, it was like last year. I picked it up for about $10, I think. And, it's the box and the dance pad for $10. That's pretty good. But it didn't have the game. So recently picked up DDR Mario Mix, the game, at a flea market for $10, and it is complete and pristine and beautiful. So $10 for that, not a bad deal in my opinion. Probably could have found it cheaper somewhere, but the guy wanted to charge me $30 for it just because it was a Mario game. When I pointed out that it didn't have the dance pad, he lowered the price to $10. So, whatever. It's still a good pickup because it makes that complete in box now, and that's just awesome. Next up, we're gonna have the Super Game Boy. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I picked it up at this weird combo vape shop thrift store, like on the way home from vacation. It is, it's a Super Game Boy. I love the Game Boy. Grew up with the Game Boy Advance, but I love all Game Boy merchandise. And I didn't have this yet. So, it says $5 on the back. I got it for $5. The guy wanted to charge me $10 for it, but then he saw that was marked $5. So I got it for $5. Being able to play my Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo is pretty cool, and I really like it. So $5, really a good deal, and an awesome pickup. Next up, we're going to have over here in the front a couple GameCube games. Let me just pick them all up and I'll do them in rapid succession. First up, we've got Sonic Adventure DX. It is complete in box. That's my personal memory card in there, not one that came with it. Really good. $17. You could probably get it for less somewhere, but I really wanted to pick it up because I hadn't seen it anywhere for that low, outside of eBay. Next up is a much, less amazing game. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Yeah. Don't know a lot about this game. Just look at that cover. That is amazing right there. Just the disc. It was $1. Might as well pick it up to put it on my shelf and, see if it's any good or not. Kind of looks like fun to me. Next up, my second copy of Wind Waker. Like my first copy, this one is complete, including the advertisement for Nintendo Power and stuff in it. Really nice. The disc looks pretty good, too. It was like $5, I think, $5 or less at a garage sale. Pretty good deal. And then the next one is Luigi's Mansion, also my second copy of it. Pretty good disc, came with the manual. The disc has, of course, the kid's initials right there on the boob. I'll wipe that off with some rubbing alcohol and it'll be all good. Love Luigi's Mansion. Love Wind Waker. Happy to pick those up. I didn't have either of those growing up, and until recently I didn't have them, and I've had so much fun playing them, and just both amazing games. And like $10 or whatever I paid for both of them, really, really good deal. Next up, we're gonna have Borderlands, a game that I never played, and then found this at a garage sale for $3. Like I said, never played it. Might as well get the Game of the Year edition for $3 and check it out. Love the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PS1, Love all those games and really wanted to try this. It's got everything in it as far as I know, except like a map, I think. Yeah, it didn't have the map. But still, really good pickup for $3. Really like that. Alright, and next we're going to go right over here to these three. First off, starting a little less exciting, a cleaner for my Super Nintendo. I just saw it at a pawn shop for $3. I don't know. $3, you can't go wrong with that. One of the better ways to clean it, besides taking it apart and, cleaning the connections yourself. But I don't really feel like doing that, so this is a good option too. Next up, Link's crossbow training for the Wii. I didn't buy it when it was in stores. I don't have the Zapper attachment for my Wii stuff, but this was $1. Package is in rough shape. But to have it until I find a better copy, you can't go wrong for $1. Unless it's a sports game, any game for $1 is a good deal, in my opinion. So, really happy to have that. And then, lastly, for these smaller games, this sort of Atari compilation, Pong, Asteroids, and Yar's Revenge. 3 pretty fun games, just on a GBA cart. Love my GBA so much. It's complete in box, and, box is in pretty good shape, I guess. It was $3, and, for a complete GBA game, you can't go wrong for the $3. So I picked that up. Really awesome. Next up, we're going to go to the Donkey Kong Conga Bongos for the GameCube. Didn't play the game, growing up, didn't have it. Remember seeing these stacked outside of the GameStop in the mall back then, and just never got into it. But I picked it up at a thrift store that didn't have like any other video game stuff. They didn't know really what it was. They said like $5, $10 for it. I don't know, pretty good in my opinion, especially since I didn't have them and they look good on my shelf until I get the game, because I still haven't picked up the game yet. Let's see, what next? Just ignore these games in the back. I was propping stuff up against them. Next up, we're going to go right here. Just this amiibo. Let's see if we can get him right up to the camera. It's the Twilight Princess GameStop exclusive one that just came out. It was the only one left. It's the only one of the 3 exclusive Zelda amiibos. I didn't get the one on Amazon or Best Buy, but this was still in the store, so I picked it up. Really good, just like it. Goes well with the rest of my Zelda amiibos. Next up, we're gonna go to this. It's a Metal Mario Wii U fight pad. Didn't have any fight pads. I found it at an Overstock, damaged goods store for 50% off. So, what was it, $15? It's, I like the GameCube controller, and this is basically a GameCube controller for the Wii U and Wii. And it also works with the NES Classic that you see there in the back that we're going to get to in a minute. So, being able to use my favorite controller on the NES Classic is pretty cool, and I really like it. For $15, couldn't go wrong with this. Next up, we're gonna get to this big stuff in the back in a second. We're gonna go with these paper items. First off, Raiders of the Lost Ark for Atari. You know, just the instruction manual came in that box that you see in the back that we're gonna get to. Pretty cool, you know, an Atari manual. Doesn't hurt to have. And it was, you know, basically free with that box in the back. This Gremlins cover Mad magazine. I really like Mad, and I really, really like Gremlins. So, you know, you can see it was $5 with a really nice cover. I'm going to put that up on my wall, put it in like a frame. And yeah, $5, not bad. Also, picked this up at a thrift store. It was in a glass case. I just noticed it has a pretty cool ad for the Tiger Electronics handheld of Double Dragon on the back. And I think that's pretty cool. But I love Ghostbusters, and I love, you know, comics. So a Ghostbuster comic for $5 as well. Honestly, a pretty good deal. And yeah, that's just pretty cool all around. Next up is going to be my NES Classic. This is the European version, actually. You know, you can see on the side, it's if it will zoom. Anyway, it says EU console. That is because, you know, it's the European console. It's pretty cool. Not as cool as the American version for the packaging, but, you know, internals are the same. Really enjoy playing with this with the Wii U Fight Pad because, you know, they have the same like nunchuck connector. So because I use the Wii U Fight Pad, I was able to keep the controller nice and wrapped up and in the box. And, you know, I didn't have one yet, so this is pretty cool. This was actually free. It was a gift. A guy that my dad works with won this out of one of those arcade machines, you know, like one of those ones where you cut the rope or you put one of the keys in the locks, and, you know, it has like iPods and stuff in it. Well, this one had, interesting enough, a European NES Classic. So I got that for free, and, you know, they ain't making any more of these, so kind of nice. It was a really cool gift, and I really appreciate it. So yeah. We got one more game today, and that is Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. Everyone loves Turtles in Time. One of the best Ninja Turtle games there is, or one of the best games there are for the Super Nintendo. This was in someone's Super Nintendo at the flea market. They were trying to sell it to me for like $45. And while that's not a bad deal, it was super yellowed and gross looking. So I noticed that this was in it, and I asked them if they would do $5 for just the game, and they happily handed it over. So I doubt they knew that it was Turtles in Time or knew what it was worth. So for $5, you definitely can't go wrong with Turtles in Time. That is a awesome deal. So yeah, all right, in the back, I'm not going to pick it up, but you can see it's taped up and not in the best condition. But that is a Atari 2600 box. It had an Atari in it without the power cord, a couple controllers, and one game, and that instruction booklet that you saw earlier. I got it for $20, and, you know, say what you will, it might not be a good deal for you, but for me it is, because I didn't have a box for my Atari. And despite it being in rough shape, hey, it's an Atari 2600 box, and that's pretty cool. I'm guessing the family was storing it in the box because that's why it's all taped up. I mean, that would make sense to me. But yeah, good deal in my opinion. Looks really nice up on my shelf despite the tape. And lastly, this is going to be an odd collectible, but these are the... you might remember when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, Target did this promotion where they wrapped some of the buggies in vinyl with like skins and stuff for Mario Kart. Yeah, and when you went through the door, it made like the Mario Kart start sound. And yeah, they also had the like Rubik's Cube with Mario Kart all over it. It was, they just had a nice promotional deal, I guess. But I went in there a couple weeks ago and they still had the skins on them. So I asked the manager if I could peel them off, and he said yes, and I got them for free. For some people, it's just like this would be junk for some people, but they're really nice, like thick vinyl. They aren't They aren't like cheap plastic wrap at all. And yeah, it's just a cool deal. Um, I got the Luigi one, the Mario one, and I got my sister the Peach one. So I got all three that I know of. I don't know if there's any more, but I got one of each. And that's just going to be one of those things that people either didn't pick up or they dug out someone's trash or, Target's trash and are selling them on eBay. So to get those for free, that's pretty cool. And they'll look really good, like up on my wall or whatever. But yeah, this has been my pickups for summer of 2017. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed, and, throw down a comment, tell me what you thought, if what I could improve on, or if, if you're a collector, tell me what you picked up recently. And I'll see you next time.